All right, gamers. So, Dokkan, we have back-to-back weeks of like god level drops here, dude. This is crazy. God damn. I think it's because they're mushing the entirety of the celebration into like 2 weeks. I don't know what is gonna happen next week now. Maybe it's just like Android 21's EZA. That's what it could be. But like it does feel like they've taken what's typically a month-long celebration and crammed it into like a 2 week span, last week and this week. Again, I don't know what next week is gonna be, but then the week after that, like we're gonna start getting into GDC countdown type stuff. So I mean, this is interesting. I all of a sudden Dokkan is just like, bro. I mean, even the biggest negative Nancy has got to look at all this shit dropping. Like, god damn, like they're dropping a lot. Um, so we have the typical EZA. So I did see some people confused by it, but I mean, even though the characters are almost always Peppy Gals because it's anime, right? So like Peppy Gal's character is essentially meant to like it's intended to be like sound like pretty girls, right? Like sexy girls or something like that, right? But sometimes they do just drop regular like kind of like girls that wouldn't really fit like a sexy girl category, right? So Pansy and Arinsu, neither of them are on Peppy Gals, but like that they're taking up kind of like this girl banner slot, which is the way we could kind of like describe it, right? And then we have the typical EZAs. But I mean these two characters, Android 18 and Mamba, they are actually Peppy Gal characters though, right? So we'll see here. We'll see. So let's just jump in. Let's see how effective they are. Let me just take a look quickly at teams here. I mean, yeah, she has a straight up Android buff, but like, man, I mean, Androids needs like a top 5 level character in the game. Like, Androids needs like Goma on the team. I don't know that this Android 18 will quite have that impact. She probably will be good, but and then Mamba, yeah, bro, Mamba is just not probably gonna get used. Battle of Wits, we could use her with Arinsu and Pansy actually. Yeah, Arinsu and Pansy for Mamba. And Android 18, these androids, they all are on Battle of Wits too, right? Yeah, they are. So we're kind of doing like a Battle of Wits thing. Yeah, dude. They dropped this mission earlier, which was a little tricky right here. Battle of Wits, and we're getting 4 potentially strong Battle of Wits characters right after. All right, so Peppy Gal or Extreme STR. Yep, so remember this is another villain character. 2026 right now is basically the year of the villains. Okay, pretty short here. 3 key, 250% attack and defense, 50% dodge. Okay. Peppy Gal or Battle of Wits characters, 50% defense for 2 turns. Damn, that's good. That is good. Battle of Wits is what we're aiming for here. Okay. When attacking, 250% attack. When attacking with 12 or more key, 200% attack and defense. Damn, okay. With another 3 Peppy Gal characters or Battle of Wits characters, or a physical enemy, 250% attack and defense, 25% dodge. So that's up to 75% now. Quite good. Additional has a 70% chance to be a super. Okay. After 1 dodge, so she has to dodge 1 time, she gets permanent 250% attack and defense and super effective against all types. That's her multiplicative buffs right there. Very basic. And then 50% attack and defense for 4 turns and supreme damage. She's absurdly basic, but a lot of times like basic boring in Dokkan does tend to be pretty good, I've found. I mean, 75% dodge. Like this is to me this feels like just like, well, I mean, I hope this is not disrespectful, but I think of like one of these tricky missions, and like Android 18 could definitely, like, she's a character that could certainly potentially help for some tricky mission. Although I mean we would need to make sure we're hitting those Battle of Wits characters, but again, a lot of the Android characters are Battle of Wits. 17 is there, 18 is there. Remember, Arinsu and Pansy, who wouldn't be displayed in here. 21 might EZA next week. It's possible. I don't know, but I mean, next week is probably gonna have nothing to do with GDC. So it's it's not till like this week. This is when the countdown is gonna happen, right? I think the countdown will start on the 20th or 21st. So okay, a lot of future characters in Battle of Wits, by the way, because of Trunks. So okay, again, she's pretty basic. She seems solid. I don't think that she's like the most OP character of all time, but she definitely seems like she's gonna be solid. Yeah, she does have just a lot of stats, right? 250 right there, 200 right there, 250 right there, 250 right there. I mean, it's just a shit. She's got a shit ton of stats there. So that'll be very interesting. And then at her best, she could triple super and get another, basically 3 times 50% right there. Okay. Yeah, but that's for 4 turns. So she can get quite a few stacks up. Okay. All right, Sarah's Android 18. Remember, both of these characters right now, I think of them more in the Battle of Wits environment with Arinsu. Is what I'm thinking here. All right, then we have Mamba. This is from the Goku Jr. special. Peppy Gal or Extreme AGL. Yep, both are villains. Flea, Coward, Battlefield Diva, GT, Metamorphosis, More Than Meets the Eye, Shattering Limit. Yeah, and what's 18 at? 18 has Innocence, Twin Terrors, Android Assault, Shocking Speed, Battlefield Diva, Infinite Energy, Shattering Limit. It's just Android link set, right? Yeah. All right, so Mamba. 3 key, 250% attack and defense, 50% crit, and then 35% damage reduction. Peppy Gals or Battle of Wits allies, 50% attack for 2 turns. So kind of similar thing to 18. 18 is doing defense, Mamba's doing attack. When attacking, 250% attack. When attacking with 12 key, 250% attack and defense. If the enemy is in attack debuff, defensive debuff, stun, sealed, or below 50% HP, Mamba gets 800% attack when attacking. She does a guaranteed crit, and she gets an attack break. And then with 3 Peppy Gal Battle Wits characters, or if there's an STR enemy, 250% attack and defense, 25% damage reduction, all allies 40% attack, and all enemies minus 20% attack. Yeah, she's solid. I like her kind of like better support than Android 18. And she's got, well, it's only 50% damage reduction is all she's rocking. Oof, yeah. 18 will have way more survivability. 50% damage reduction, bruh. Wait, yeah. No, no. It's 60% damage reduction, excuse me. It's 60%. Hmm. Okay. And then she gets her 50% attack and evens 4 turns, supreme damage, greatly lower enemy attack. I mean, certainly these two are not on par. Arinsu and Pansy, I think are way better. Remember, Mamba's Earthling, Peppy Gal, Mission Execution, Battle of Wits. I guess it's nice to get more Earthling buffs, but I mean, well, yeah, actually, she would be a solid Earthling character because Battle of Wits is heavy on Earthlings, right? Like Roshi, Krillin, all those characters fill up Battle of Wits, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, let me go to Battle of Wits. So yeah, Jackie Chun, Krillin, Roshi, all over Battle of Wits. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I think they're solid. They don't look the craziest, but they're not like dog shit or anything. It's just I don't know. I look at Mamba and it's like I think she could do like some good numbers in this specific situation, but I don't like it's just not I don't see her getting a ton of play. It's like if you're running a Rinsu, because like if I'm running Deborah's team, do I want to run Mamba? Probably not. And you got to hit that condition too. Setups are mostly the issue. They literally are just looking to be like a Rinsu and Pansy characters, right? I mean, it makes sense because oftentimes the Peppy Gal stuff is all kind of meant to be tied together as like Peppy Gal characters and using on the teams and stuff. So I guess I see that. All right, let me know what you guys think. I definitely am higher, I would say, on Arinsu and Pansy, but they're new summonable characters compared to 18 and Mamba, who are just, EZA characters, right? So let me know what you guys think of Android 18 and Mamba. I know a lot of people were looking forward to Android 21, but next week is still like sitting there, and next week still shouldn't be tied to GDC. So, dropping Android 21, are they going to do more content next week too? Holy hell, man. They actually have dropped so much content. It'll be very interesting to see. So let me know what you guys think. I'll catch y'all next time.